Hey, this is Kevin Tanner. Wanted to talk through a custom Micro Galaxy Squadron that I did for the TIE Fighter, the Mining Guild version. So I'll just talk you through how I went through and did this, what I ended up using to paint it, how I did it, and go from there. So first things first is on the standard version of the TIE Fighter, you can go ahead and remove the wings. So that was really the first thing that I did, was I went ahead and just popped the wing off of each side. I used a Dremel, and then I just basically cut the front portion of the wing off, this right here. So I did that on both sides. And then from there, I went ahead and just basically taped everything off. I taped off the window and then each one of the panels on here. And then I went ahead and airbrushed it, all completely yellow. Then I did it with this Army Paints War Paint Demonic Yellow. And then I went through and took the uniform gray, and then I went ahead and I taped off a little bit more, painted this part here gray, as well as kind of the insides here. I did this with the wings actually completely off, and I found that when I did that, there was extra paint and some of the sealer that I used still stuck on it, so it made it really hard to get the wings off or back on. So I would recommend, if you do this, make sure that when you go to put the wing back on, you clean off any excess stuff that's on here, because it's a pretty tight fit. So it won't go back on if you've got anything on there. I was pushing so hard I was afraid I was gonna break it, so then I just went ahead and cleaned it all off. So I added on some of the paint detail on here, and this is one where these ships have so much detail to them, it's amazing once you get them painted. So you can see, look at how much detail is on the side of the wing there, and then also just even on the hull itself. So there's tiny little pieces that are sticking out, even on the sides here, which is just a really cool feature to this. So then from there, I went ahead and did the back. I just used a little bit of red in order to put a dot on each one of those things in on the front. And then for the black line here on the top, I just used the Gundam marker and went ahead and did it. I will say that trying to use a marker is challenging on this, because if it slips out, you accidentally paint on it or like get the marker on the other part of it. So I had to do a decent amount of touch up just because it kept slipping out, but out of the groove. But overall, I think it turned out really well. To do the bottom here, again, there's a decent amount of touch up that I had to do. I did this a couple different ways until I actually got it to where I kind of liked it. But essentially just taped off this portion, and then I just cut out little strips and put the tape on there to be able to paint it. It was really a pain in the butt to do it. And then I sprayed the whole thing down with a sealer, so you can see the difference in the shininess of it. So obviously on the standard TIE Fighter, it's really shiny, these solar panels are. And on this one, it's not, because I used a different type of finish on it. So that is the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. I hope that at some point we get an option to be able to get one of these, because it is such a cool version of it. And especially with a lot of the Rebel ships that are going to be coming out in Wave 2. And even in Wave 1. Let's hope. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Again, hit the like and go ahead and subscribe if you like the channel. Thanks, and we'll see you all soon.